Welcome to Power Tales USA. Before we dive into today's emotional confession, make sure to hit the like button if you enjoy stories like this. Leave a comment below with your thoughts, and subscribe so you never miss another powerful tale. Let's begin. Sophia and Michael had been married for nearly a decade. From the outside, they looked like the perfect couple. Their friends admired them. Their neighbors envied their beautiful suburban home, and everyone believed they had built a life most people could only dream about. Sophia was a talented event planner with a reputation for creating unforgettable experiences, while Michael had recently climbed the ladder at his software company, earning a major promotion into management. Together they shared a comfortable routine, two loyal golden retrievers named Rusty and Bella, and a life that appeared picture-perfect. But behind closed doors, something had started to fade. Michael's promotion brought longer hours, endless meetings, and constant business trips. At first, Sophia supported him completely. She was proud of his success and understood the sacrifices that came with ambition. But over time, his absence became impossible to ignore. Nights once filled with laughter and conversation turned into quiet dinners eaten in silence. Michael often returned home exhausted, barely able to keep his eyes open long enough to ask about her day before collapsing into bed. Sophia tried to ignore the growing emptiness inside her. She buried herself in work, took yoga classes, reconnected with painting, and spent more time with friends. Yet nothing seemed to replace the connection she missed so deeply. She longed for the version of Michael who once surprised her with spontaneous trips, who used to make her laugh until she cried, and who never let a day pass without reminding her how much she meant to him. One evening, Sophia was managing an elegant charity gala for one of her biggest clients. The ballroom buzzed with wealthy guests, live music, and sparkling chandeliers. While overseeing the final details of the event, she met Julian. Julian was a successful architect with an effortless charm and a calm confidence that immediately drew people toward him. He complimented Sophia on the flawless event, and the two quickly fell into conversation. Unlike most people she encountered, Julian listened carefully. He asked about her passions, her work, and the things that made her happy. For the first time in years, Sophia felt truly noticed. As the evening continued, their connection deepened. They exchanged stories, laughed easily together, and spoke with a level of openness Sophia hadn't experienced in a long time. When the gala ended, Julian asked for her number. She hesitated for only a moment before giving it to him, convincing herself it was harmless. Over the next few weeks, they began texting regularly. Their conversations started innocently. Books, films, favorite restaurants, but slowly became more personal. With every message, Sophia felt something inside her waking up again. A part of herself she thought had disappeared was slowly returning. Then came the invitation that changed everything. On a cold Saturday morning, while Michael was away on another business trip, Julian invited Sophia to meet him for coffee. She told herself it was only two friends spending time together. But the moment she saw him waiting for her outside the cafe, smiling warmly as she approached, she felt a rush she couldn't deny. Hours slipped by as they talked about life, regrets, dreams, and the paths they never expected to take. Sophia found herself captivated by Julian's warmth and attentiveness. Around him, she didn't feel invisible anymore. After that day, their meetings became more frequent. Coffee dates turned into dinners. Dinners turned into late-night walks through the city streets, where accidental touches lingered longer than they should have. Sophia knew she was stepping into dangerous territory, but the attention Julian gave her felt like oxygen after years of emotional distance. One evening, after sharing an intimate dinner together, Julian invited Sophia back to his apartment. She paused outside his door, torn between guilt and longing. Thoughts of Michael flooded her mind. The promises they once made, the life they had built together. But those memories collided with years of loneliness and disappointment. In the end, she walked inside. The apartment felt warm and peaceful, almost like an escape from reality. Julian looked at her gently, giving her every chance to turn away. But Sophia didn't step back. She had spent so long craving affection and connection that surrendering to the moment felt both terrifying and freeing at the same time. That night changed everything. For the first time in years, Sophia felt desired, understood, and emotionally alive. Julian gave her the kind of attention and presence she had desperately missed in her marriage. Yet even as she embraced the excitement of rediscovering herself, a quiet sense of guilt lingered beneath the surface. As dawn approached, Sophia lay awake, staring into the darkness, fully aware that she had crossed a line she could never erase. Their affair continued in secret for several months. Every stolen moment filled Sophia with conflicting emotions. She felt exhilarated when she was with Julian, yet deeply ashamed each time she returned home to Michael. Part of her knew she was betraying her husband, but another part believed their marriage had already been falling apart long before Julian entered her life. Eventually, the truth began to reveal itself. One evening, Michael returned home unexpectedly early from a business trip. Sophia had ignored several of his calls, lost in thought while sitting alone on the couch. The moment he saw her expression, something felt wrong. In the days that followed, he noticed subtle changes. Her distant behavior, the way she quickly hid her phone whenever he walked into the room, the sadness in her eyes. His suspicions grew stronger until finally, one night he confronted her directly. Looking into her eyes, Michael asked the question he had been dreading. "Is there someone else?" Sophia froze. Tears filled her eyes as the weight of months of deception crashed down around her. Unable to continue lying, she confessed everything. She told him about Julian, about the loneliness she had felt, and about how disconnected she had become from the marriage they once cherished. Michael was shattered. The woman he trusted most had betrayed him, and the life they built together suddenly felt fragile and uncertain. Hurt quickly turned into anger as he demanded answers, desperate to understand how everything had fallen apart. Sophia tried to explain that the affair wasn't born from hatred, but from years of emotional neglect and distance. But for Michael, the betrayal cut too deeply. Their home soon became filled with silence, resentment, and painful arguments. Michael buried himself even further into work while Sophia struggled under the weight of guilt and regret. Eventually, they agreed to attend counseling, hoping there might still be a chance to repair what remained of their marriage. Yet every therapy session reopened old wounds instead of healing them. Michael couldn't move past the betrayal, and Sophia couldn't undo the choices she had made. Though she apologized repeatedly, she also knew the affair had forced her to confront painful truths about herself and her marriage. Months later, after exhausting every effort to rebuild trust, Michael filed for divorce. Sophia moved out of their home, and the life they once shared officially came to an end. Ironically, her relationship with Julian slowly faded as well. What they had shared was born from loneliness and escape, not from the stable foundation needed for a lasting future. In the aftermath, Sophia found herself alone, left to face the consequences of every decision she had made. Looking back, she realized the affair had been only a symptom of a marriage that had quietly unraveled over time. Instead of fighting to rebuild the connection with her husband, she searched for comfort elsewhere, and the cost was devastating. Sophia learned that love can slowly disappear when silence replaces communication and distance replaces affection. She also learned that some choices, no matter how understandable they may feel in the moment, leave permanent scars behind. As she stood alone at the beginning of a new chapter in her life, Sophia promised herself one thing. She would never again allow loneliness and unspoken pain to grow in the spaces between her heart and the person she chose to love. Thank you for watching Power Tales USA. If this story moved you, don't forget to leave a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more emotional and unforgettable confessions. Until next time, take care.